Hello guys, I'm with you, Jyoth.
I'm Akhilesh.
Yes, and welcome to the bridge. And at 45th Chess Olympiad, India has created their their own. In this whole conversation of fighting for tickets for Coldplay, just listen to that one song, Look How the Stars Shine for You. India has created their whole universe. And
Yes,
11
definitely well put up.
incredible sacred players are the sun are the sun of the whole universe, of the whole chess world. As we talk about the Chess Olympiad 2024, for the first time in history, Indian men's team and Indian women's team both have won gold at this prestigious and incredible tournament. Yes, there are individual performances that we can go and discuss about, but start talking about the men's performances first. Akhilesh, what was your first reaction with this? Was it already given that India is going to, at least Indian men's team is going to do something incredible? Was it already given, or you had your own doubts? What was your first reaction?
I think India were looking very strong going into the tournament itself. They were seeded second. Seeding was just sort of a number because the top seven, eight, anyone could break in and win. It's a very open tournament where the margin of error is very small because there are so many countries participating. In that particular scenario, you just have to be very very careful and also keep going. It's a pretty long tournament, also 11 rounds. And India did look strong at the beginning. They were little flawless to start off with, and then kept going and became unstoppable towards the end because they more or less confirmed the gold medal yesterday thanks to their 2 point advantage over China. And then they just had to do the simple things today against Slovenia, and China can't catch up against India. So India did end up taking the gold with a comfortable 3.5 to half win against Slovenia. Very, very impressive performance and a dream run, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. So if you talk about, we look over the team, right? So the team of Gukesh, Pragnananda, Arjun with it, Pentala Hare Krishna, and obviously their coach Srinath Narayana. If we are going to look at their individual performances, Gukesh was one player that everyone was looking forward to because of his slated encounter with Diren of China. But this one player, Arjun Erigaisi, he turned out to be one of India's trump card. All right, 9 wins and 2 draws. This record itself tells about how much significant role he has played for India and helped India in this incredible endeavor. So, how do you think that has panned out? Because he missed out on candidates, right? And after that, he has become India number one. Do you think he sort of just wanted to come back and wanted to prove his place because he was not able to perform the way he wanted to perform at the candidates? But after that, Arjun Erigaisi has been unstoppable.
He's generally a very very consistent player when it comes. He's always like definitely, if you look at over a 10-11 game period, you'd see him winning around 7 to 8 at least. And this time he just took it up to himself in a lot of these matches where India needed him to step up, and he did it consistently. And he's the only player in the open section to play all 11 games. And he was just a mainstay and just taking things into his own hands, and just did brilliantly to come on and win towards the end. It was both Arjun and Gukesh going very hand in hand. Uh, Trying when Arjun wins, Gukesh gets the confidence. When Gukesh wins, Arjun gets the confidence. They were really the backbone of the Indian team and kept delivering whenever needed to keep the form going. I think there were really crucial matches which both of them won. Arjun won particularly against the Iranian, who are the Asian Game gold medalists, who we lost to in the Asian Games open section. But this time we comprehensively beat them 3.5 to half. So that was thanks to a wonderful win from Arjun as well. So he's been overall, like as you said, the trump card for India, while Gukesh has also been right up there. Thanks to, and I especially talking about Gukesh, the obvious game that will come in mind is the one against the Chinese, where he was supposed to face Diren, but China put Wei Yi, their highest ranked player right now, against him on the board, and it was two knights against the rook, and Gukesh was just sensational in the end game of that game, and that just entirely, like, it was one and a half between India, and if the Gukesh win kept the 8 game win, like, would have made India 8 wins in 8, and that was the game where India could believe that the entire gold is coming to them this year. So yeah, both of them, hats off to them. They've been brilliant. And yes, Prague as well.
Okay.
Talking about him, I
So
think,
also, hmm,
yeah. So talking about Prague as well, I think he didn't have his best of tournaments, but he was also have had a lot of crucial moments where he had to take some wins where which helped India a lot, and also drawing against some really difficult opponent when he was on the black end. I think that it sort of goes hidden because of all the individual goals won by Arjun and Gukesh in their boards. But I think Prague also played a very crucial role, and so did Vidit, so did Pentala. I think together they played as a unit, and they just summed up that the sum of parts is always greater than the whole.
mm, exactly. So this also takes me back to one interview that Gukesh gave after he was after he won the candidates. Okay, that it's more of an individual game, but when you're talking about chess Olympiad, it's a team game, right? He clearly mentioned that. I mean, obviously, he mentioned this in a um, general manner, because this is exactly how chess is perceived as an individual game. He said that I really care about my own game, because it's an individual game. But as contrast to that, uh, chess Olympiad is where you need to trust your compatriots. If say I'm following, as you already mentioned, that Arjun was if Arjun was performing good, it gave eventual confidence to Kesh and vice versa. So I'm really
Yes.
interested to see how he's going to respond to that, and I really hope someone asks him that, because how things have changed after that. And obviously, if you talk about India's campaign, India had an incredible start when they uh, won their first 8 ties, then being held to a draw by the defending champion Uzbekistan, and then we bounced back, defeating USA in the penultimate round, which eventually and effectively ensured our gold medal finish. And then obviously the victory has improved, that we were finally able to wrap up in chess Olympiad in gold, because in the last couple of editions in 2014 and 2022, India was able to win the bronze medal, but it's finally ended in the gold. Now, if we are looking at over Indian women's performances, if yes, there was Mukesh, yes, there was Arjun, right, and their performances, but this particular uh, outing of Indian women's chess, we were standing on the edge till today's morning, right? Obviously, we had say 97, 98% chances, but the way Indian women team has hold their nerves in the crucial and clutch moments, how do you react to that? How do you think these five incredible women, how do you think they have performed at Chess Olympiad, ensuring that India finished on the historic podium?
Yeah, goes without saying. So proud of what they've achieved, what they've literally gone on and done. Because the men gold was almost assured, but the women had to fight. All eyes were on them actually today. While it was just another routine game for the men, and they secure the gold, but the women had to fight hard because all of them were in tricky positions. The three women who won today, which is Harika and Divya and Vantika as well, so they were behind, and they had to sort of come back to take the strength. Vantika won with the black pieces as well, which was really impressive. And yes, talking about the two girls, the two young girls, Vantika Agarwal and Divya Deshmukh, they have been the stars of the show. They've won the individual goals as well in their respective boards. But just talking about them, I think there was a scenario. This was the same case last time in the Olympiad, which happened in Chennai, where India had a very good start. They were going for gold, but then they sort of blipped and had to settle for the bronze. They missed out by 1 point. Similar things were being unfolded when there was an occasion against Poland, where Vantika was really winning, and if she had won, India would be level on points and would be going with the lead. But she made a mistake, and having time, fighting against time, she made a mistake, and India lost that game. But then this time they were mentally stronger. They just said that this is not going to happen again. Came back, drew a very impressive tie against USA, won a very impressive tie against China, and then the entire confidence was shown today, beating a good Azerbaijan side 3.5 to half, and with all three securing wins. It was overall another incredible campaign and much deserved. They won there for them to win the gold as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now, during the whole course of Chess Olympiad, the most popular discourse and discussion about India's outing as a whole was the larger picture of India's future in chess. I won't say India has declared itself arrived, because what happened today was not magic. Okay, we have been building upon this one tournament after the other, one match after the other, one move after the other. It's like we're building a legacy. There is with it this, there's Arjun, there's Prag, there is not Gukesh, then there is Pentala. There are so many potential chess players who can muscle with the best in the world. And I don't think it will be wrong to say that we are currently, because even Gukesh agreed that if we talk about two best teams in the world, Indian men's team, then definitely there's one USA because they're higher seeded, obviously, and there is India. So we agree that we are doing good. How do you think this is going to define India's future in chess? Do you think that it's going to create a wave, finally jumping out the Chennai's boundaries, finally jumping out of Tamil Nadu's boundary, because these incredible chess players have done something for India, not just for Tamil Nadu, right? How do you think India's future is going to pan out after this?
I think it's very promising because you are getting youngsters from multiple states, not just Tamil Nadu, and you could see people coming to the Vishwanathan Anand Academy, which he just opened right before COVID, and you see people being mentored by him and built up by him, which is yeah, I mean, what you want, them having conversations with the legend himself. And yeah, I mean, talking about the three lads who are in the top 15, which is Arjun, Gukesh, and Prag, very young, just getting into their stride, and they are already world beaters in their own right. They've achieved a lot of big things already, and you can see that they're going to continue to do that because of just how they conduct themselves, so calm, just know what to do, so matured for their age. It's just their entire character builds towards that. And being in the top 15 of the world, they were also at some point, all three of them, in the top 10 of the world. Currently Gukesh and Arjun are in the top 5 of the world, which is just impressive. And
Yeah.
got to say that Indian chess is in very safe hands and really looks bright for a very dominant future, I'd say.
Yeah. Um, it's a very important point that you mentioned about the ages of these respective chess players. The common conversation that goes and how India should become a sporting nation, get them young. And these players have recognized their potential, were able to recognize their potential with the help of the academy, with the help of their parents, somehow just able to get into the circuit, and they have finally converted it on the big stage, and not just big but making it very historic. So yeah, I think that also gives an important lesson to India and Indian sporting ecosystem that it's good time to actually acknowledge that we have to get these players young. As we can see on the screen, two incredible histories marked in tomes and tales of chess world as a whole, and not just India. India looks to have a promising future in chess, and only look to build up from here. Indian men's team and Indian women's team in Chess Olympiad have done something which has never happened before. the 11 stars in the universe of chess on your screen, guys. Thank you so much for joining this live. We hope we get more people to talk about it, and because it's because there are so many potential players who could convert bigger than this, and we're just building up from here. Thank you so much for joining, and keep following Indian chess. They've given all the reasons in the world to do so. Please do that. Keep following Indian sports. A lot of lessons to take from this. Get them young, be disciplined, get the players into the system. Vishwanathan Anand has just done that. So many lessons that India could take today from Chess Olympiad wins, the historic tales that they have created today. And with that, we thank all of you for joining, and please keep following the bridge for all the updates regarding Indian sports. See you next time. Take care.